What's up, y'all? Talk about this Russell Westbrook situation. Russell Westbrook reportedly, went to Sam Presti and said that he wants to get traded out of Oklahoma City Thunder. He wants to get traded, quickly. He don't want it to fester. My thoughts on it is Paul George, went to management and said that he wanted to be traded. And it was report that Russell Westbrook and Paul George could have been traded to the Toronto Raptors, but the Toronto Raptors did not take on. They did not want to take on that money, that extra money from Russell Westbrook contract, because they wanted. I guess Toronto wanted Siakma. They wanted. I believe they also wanted Kyle Lowry and some first round picks and Van Vliet. But that would have been way too much money for Toronto to take on. They would have had to pay Kawhi Leonard, I think 170 million. Then they would have been taking on Paul George the rest of his contract because he just signed a contract last year. He had 3 years left on his contract. I believe like 100 and maybe like 120, something like that. And then Russell Westbrook also had 171 left on his contract. So it would have been a lot. They would have been in a luxury tax. A lot of these, team owners, they do not like to pay the luxury tax because it is dollar for dollar. Let's say, for instance, they got all three of those guys on the team, and they went like, let's just say they went $50 million into the luxury tax. They would have had to pay $100 million penalty. That's a lot of money on top of paying them their contract. So I see why Toronto didn't do it. It would have been crazy to try to see how that would have worked out, but I can see why they didn't do it. So, Russell Westbrook probably is on his way out. He had a nice run, OKC Thunder, but Russell Westbrook legacy, I'm telling you, if he doesn't win a championship, his legacy is going to be 3 years triple double, and he gonna have on his legacy that that Paul George left and Kevin Durant left. Now a lot of people say James Harden. That James Harden thing was different. James Harden was traded because Oklahoma City Thunder did not want to pay him the money he was asking for. So that had nothing to do with Russell Westbrook. But the KD thing is going to be on his legacy, and the Paul George thing is going to be on his legacy. Even though Paul George came out and said that Russell Westbrook had nothing to do with him leaving, that can be true. You know what I'm saying? But some people say they were having problems, in the locker room with. I guess Paul George had problems with Russell Westbrook's style of play and how he was playing. My thing is this: Paul George had a chance to leave last year. He decided to sign back with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He know how Russell Westbrook plays. Even when Paul George was on Indiana, he can see, from afar without even being on the team how Russell Westbrook plays. Now, if I don't know, did he needed to be right there and see Russell Westbrook play, uh, you know, firsthand and realize that he don't like the way he plays. I mean, everybody knows how Russell Westbrook plays. He's a high usage player. He takes a lot of bad shots. His basketball IQ is not that high. Russell Westbrook has tremendous athletic gifts. That's what helps Russell Westbrook, in his basketball game. He doesn't have a high IQ. He doesn't make winning plays down the stretch, and he doesn't know how to change speeds, and that's why he gets tired and worn down as the season goes on because he goes 100 miles an hour on every play has 100 miles an hour. He has to learn. To me, he's about to be 31. It's too late to change Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is what he is. Whoever trades for him, they have to fully understand. That's why I think the Oklahoma City Thunder gonna have very few suitors for Russell Westbrook because everybody understand how he plays. And it's not like Russell Westbrook. It's not like you're getting a 23, 24-year-old Russell Westbrook like, what I'm saying, like the Golden State Warriors is getting D'Angelo Russell. If they want to kind of mold him a little bit, they can because he's still young. Russell Westbrook is 31. It's over. That train has left 5 years ago. Left the station 5 years ago. You're not finna change this man. So when you trade for him, the team that trades for him, They understand how he plays, and they're gonna deal with it. They're gonna be trading for him for, to fill up the stadium. Because yes, Russell Westbrook is a guy that is entertaining to come and watch. He's one of those guys where you say, yeah, I go see Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Go see Russell Westbrook get down. Because he gonna give you some high level, high athleticism plays. You know what I'm saying? So in some wild moments during the game. But if you talking about winning, a team is talking about winning. I know, like on first thing first, Nick Wright was trying to tell Chris Carter that Popovich loves Russell Westbrook. He raves about him and talks about how he likes him. And Chris Carter said, "Yeah, that doesn't mean he wants him on his team." And I agree. Russell Westbrook do not fit in the San Antonio system. San Antonio is, you have to have a high IQ. You have to run, especially the point guard has to run a team how Pop wants you to run a team, and you got to have a very high IQ, man. And that's not Russell Westbrook. I'm not saying he's not smart off the basketball court. I'm not saying he's not intelligent off the basketball court. I'm just saying his overall basketball IQ is not there. I don't care how many rebounds he get. I don't care how many triple doubles he get. The man is not. He does not have a high basketball IQ. Period. Point blank. And he's not, to me. I know they talking about it's several teams out there: Houston Rockets, Miami. Miami don't have the assets to get him. Houston Rockets really don't have the assets to get him either. They talking about Nick Wright was like the Chicago Bulls. No, that's my team. No, I don't want Russell Westbrook on the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls should do what they doing. They got a good young core: Wendell Carter Jr., marketing, Zach LaVine. They just drafted Kobe White. They got that one center that they drafted, Gafford. They got some other nice pieces, Otto Porter Jr. You know what I'm saying? So they should. They got Thaddeus Young this year. They got that point guard from Washington, that 6'7". They should stay on their course. I do not want to see Russell Westbrook in the Bulls uniform. Period. Point blank. He doesn't fit the. He doesn't fit the system. Now, Jim Boylan loves a point guard that pushes the ball. Russell Westbrook does push the ball, but still, his basketball IQ is not high enough, man. And you got to be able to get a point guard has to bring the team together. He has to be the general, the floor general. He has to be the coach on the floor. That's not Russell Westbrook. So, where I think he's going to go, I was looking at somebody like Orlando, maybe I'm trying to see maybe the Phoenix Suns, maybe the Timberwolves. You know what I'm saying? Trade Wiggins and Jeff Teague and some number one picks, and probably throw a couple other players in there, and they can probably get them because they are trying to come up. I don't think the owner. I think the owner is having second, thoughts about giving Wiggins that contract that they gave him. So maybe he may end up with. I think he end up with Minnesota, either Minnesota, Detroit, or a long shot Miami. Shoot, it's very, like I said, man. It's not that many suitors, man. It's not that many teams that's gonna give Russell Westbrook, you know, a chance, because either the team they have a nice core, and they believe they have a team that can possibly challenge, and go deep in the playoffs, and they don't want to bring Russell Westbrook in, or either they have a young core and they don't want Russell Westbrook to influence their younger players. So teams like the Atlanta Hawks, team like Sacramento, they got young teams. Those teams like that, veteran teams that are competing for a championship like Utah, they're not gonna bring them in. Denver not gonna bring them in. Who else? 76ers is not gonna bring them in. The Milwaukee Bucks is not gonna bring them in. And the Indiana Pacers is not gonna bring them in. I like Indiana Pacers. Indiana Pacers is a dark horse because they made some good moves with Malcolm Brogdon, and they got another player on their team, the Indiana Pacers. So, but they're not gonna bring them in. So, like I said, man, it's gonna be hard trading Russell Westbrook with the game that he plays, his age and his contract is working against him. It's really, really, really working against him. Is his contract, that $171 million. Chris Paul has a similar contract. It's just that Chris Paul is not playing at a high level like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is still playing at a high level, but Chris Paul is not playing at a high level, and the Houston Rockets owe him $160 million. So Russell Westbrook wants out, and I remember a couple years ago, when Durant left, he said he was not a player that's going to leave his team high and dry. These players never know. That's why you never make those statements. Like Kyrie Irving made a statement. Kyrie Irving made a couple statements. He made one when he was in Cleveland. He told this kid at this fundraiser or whatever he was at, charity thing or whatever. The kid asked him, was he going to leave like LeBron? He said he wasn't. He ended up leaving. At Boston, he got the microphone and told the crowd, "If y'all have me back, I'll be back next year." That's why you don't make those statements. Just let things play out. Everybody want to be so quick to please somebody. Oh, I gotta please somebody. I gotta make a statement. I have to get out and no, you don't have to. Let things play out and then just let things organically happen. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna at the end of the year, if you leave, at least you don't have that statement out there saying I'll never leave like this guy. You know what I'm saying? I remember Kevin Durant made a statement saying he didn't want to go to a super team. He ended up going to Golden State. So look, sometimes, man, it's good not to even say anything. You don't always have to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? To try to please the moment per se. But like I said, man, Russell Westbrook, he's in a bad situation, man. I like I said, he's entertaining. I like to go see him. I pay a ticket to go see him, but I don't want him on my team. I don't want him running my team at point guard. I just don't want Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook should have been moved off the ball a long time ago. He should have been a shooting guard. They should have put him at shooting guard a long time ago because yeah, people say, "Oh, he get 10 assists." Look at Russell Westbrook play. He doesn't set people up. He doesn't. It's like an afterthought. He if he doesn't have the shot, then it's like an afterthought. Okay, I'll give you the ball. It's not like he's going down orchestrating the offense, setting people up. He doesn't play like that. He's a guy that he's like Stephon Marbury. Like Stephon Marbury in the day, back in the day. Everybody know. I don't know if people look if the young people, if y'all haven't seen Stephon Marbury play, y'all can go on YouTube. But he was the same way as a Russell Westbrook. I mean, he wasn't as fast, wasn't as athletic, but I'm talking about as far as getting those. I don't have the shot. Here you go, getting those type of assists. He was not a player that goes down and set people up. He was one of those combo guards right now that we got right now that these guys are not really point guards. They are scoring first, shooting first point guards. And that to me, it all depends on what system you playing in, but that doesn't really work. It doesn't really work, man. That's why I say KD going I made that video saying KD gonna have a problem playing with Kyrie because Kyrie is a shoot first point guard. He's not a guy that's going to go down and orchestrate the offense. And what? Kyrie is like what, 28, 29, 28, something like somewhere up in that range. He's not going to change either. Kyrie is wired to be a scorer. He's just a mini version of Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'2", Kobe Bryant is like 6'7", and he's trying to mimic Kobe Bryant in a shorter frame, and he's at the point guard position, which doesn't work. It's like it's an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? He likes to score the ball, but he's not tall enough to really play shooting guard. He's just the right size to play point guard, but he shoots too much. It doesn't work, man. But let me know what y'all think about Russell Westbrook and what team y'all think Russell Westbrook is gonna go to. I think it's a couple teams. I think Orlando, maybe Detroit. See, because these the teams. The reason why it's not like a lot of teams are in the pool of that he can go to because a lot of these teams have to come up with have the assets that the Thunder is gonna want. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these teams don't have the assets, so that's why the pool is short, man. The Oklahoma City Thunder may not get what they want back from Russell Westbrook because the cat is out the bag now. They try to trade him to Toronto. He knows they try to trade him, so they have to trade him. So they're gonna end up having to take a haircut, and a lot of these teams understand that too. So they may get like maybe two young players and a couple, maybe a one or maybe one or two first round picks. They're not going to get the overhaul how the Clippers got for Paul George. I mean how Oklahoma City Thunder got for Paul George. They were able to get two players and five number one picks or something crazy stuff like that. They're not gonna get that for Russell Westbrook. So let me know what y'all think. I'm out.